Right, hello. Um, it's RPL time. Tier 2 action. Your commentator's me, RSF on Invade. There we go. All the basic stuff. Probably need to turn up the mic, I think. Yeah, turn up the mic. There we go. Hello. How's that? Is the mic fine? Hello, Resilience. Welcome in. Right. 16 at the moment. We're expected 19, but you know, people are late. People gone on joining. Yeah, people joining late. You know, people gone on unresponsive. So currently 16, supposed to have 19. Right. Who's first on an outlap? It is Jack Miles. We'll go through the grid real quickly. So McLaren, your constructors winners for this season in Tier 2. Literal Fusion and Night Owl, who's reserving for Maxwell. Fusion, obviously, your drivers champion, who won it last week due to Josh and Mintoki not racing. Ferrari, we have Josh and Alan J. Alan J reserving for Lennon. Lennon, who isn't very well, so hopefully you'll get better soon. In the Red Bull, we have AMS Devon and Wilson. Mercedes, we have Blonde, who's returning, and Cryptic. Aston Martin, we've got SV. In the Haas, we've got JMS, and we're supposed to have Yavers, who will turn up later. Williams, we have Savage and Matty, two tier 3 boys representing. Alpine, we have Dylan and Ryan. And Schauber, we have Resilience, and we're supposed to have Pavlison, but Pavlison is unresponsive at the moment, and Resilience is making his first Tier 2 start. He's in the Tier 3 drivers, obviously, fight. Anyway, we'll go on board with Jack. Yeah. Slight little lock up. A little cooks the entry speed a little bit, but it's all good. Drops down to 4th gear here now. And turns on the battery a little bit on the exit, but not enough. Well, there's enough. Now we're going to burn the battery all the way through this last sector. Going through the triple rights here. Very close to invalidating there. Braking, not braking, no lift either. So, obviously you might see people do a lift, probably in the race, just to, save tyres and stuff like that. Jack Miles to the line now. 22.0 is your benchmark. So next will be Night Owl in the McLaren. His first start in the McLaren. And 21.7. Next we have a Haas. JMS 21.5. Red Bull of Devon will be next. Devon goes fastest, just beats out JMS. Fusion slaps his balls onto the table. 20.9. First one into the 20s. Savage next. He's going to go slowest of them all. That was Dylan, who jumps up to 4th. Who got next on the lap? It's a Ferrari. I think it's Alan. Yeah, it is Alan. Alan J, after having absolutely zero luck last race, when he got the chance in the Ferrari, he's bouncing back. He's got another one, 21-1, 2/10 off provisional pole. We'll go on board with Wilson, the current Tier 3 champion. Well, yeah, the reigning Tier 3 champion, obviously moving up this season. And he jumps to 7th place, 21.8. Resilience next. No. We'll go on board with Josh, who's got a Haas in the way. Haas dives out of the way just in time. Might have given him a little bit of a dirty air. There's an Alpine. No, that's a Williams ahead. That's definitely going to give him a bit of dirty air. Josh now very close to invalidating. He's kept it in the limits this time around. He's going to get a banker. Josh to the line, and he is going to set 21.5. He goes P4. We'll go on board with Ritzig. I don't even know. We'll go on board with Matty. He's on loan tonight from Ferrari Academy to Williams. Usually a Sauber Tier 3 driver. As that was Blonde who shot up to 21-1, that's 2nd place. Matty 22.7. Ryan? I think he's pushing. I think Ryan is pushing there. He might just be pushing back to the pit lane. He's in a hot lap there. And I think that's... We'll keep on board. Yeah, no, he's not pushing. Right, we'll go on board with SV as we've had Bobby Lyons join us, returning tonight. Joins late, you know. Just asked not long ago before, when the lobby opened if he can race. Probably going to serve a quali ban. Obviously, because he's late. But here we go, SV in the Aston Martin. Obviously, he raced Tier 3 last night, I'm pretty sure. And I want to say he did quite well in quali. I think he was 3rd or something in the Aston. Now burning to about 70%. Turning on the battery now, and he's going to head into turn 4. Very close to invalidating, but he cuts just enough. About 25-meter braking. Purple set to 1 apparently. Doubt that's true because the game loves to lie. You know, we roll. Ooh, a little slide there from SV. It's all good. Turning on the battery again, heading into the fast right, triple right. SV, are we going to see a downshift? We're not going to see a downshift. Is he going to take this flat? Of course he's going to take it flat. No downshift as well. SV, this has been a fairly clean lap other than that one slide. Where's he going to go to the line now? And he is going to set 6th place time, 21.5. We'll go on board with Resilience now. The lone kick Sauber at the moment, and he's lost it because of the kick Sauber negative rear wing. There we go, I can get my words out now. We'll go on board with Night Owl. Slight little lift there. Not ideal, but It's what he's comfortable with. 9 hour to the line. And he's going to go 4th place. There's a Ferrari coming to... No, that's an outlap. Williams of Savage. Yes, Savage with negative battery at the moment. Uh, 13th. 3/10 improvement. Cryptic. We'll go on board with him in Sector 1. A little bit of a lock up there. Nothing doing. And I've completely missed that Fusion was even on a lap. Fusion improves by 2/10 and extends his gap to the rest behind him. Oh, that's an invalidation for Cryptic. We'll go on, that's invalid for Josh as well, so we'll go on board with Alan J. Alan J. Obviously, bit of a late call up to the seat. Bobby Lyons has retired, serving that quality ban, but he has to very much riding that curve there into the fast triple right now. Battery through the whole time. He's going to get blocked by the Haas. Haas needs to move out the way. That's JMS. He's completely blocked Alan, and Alan's going to invalidate. We'll go on board with Blonde. Blonde starting the lap. Obviously, this is his return race. I'm not quite sure the last time he did race, to be fair. But it's a good thing to see him back. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he went off to uni. That's why he hadn't been racing. Slight little lock up there, riding the exit curve on the left. He's going to hope to challenge for a pole tonight. Coming into the Sector 3 split now. And he is nearly 2/10 up. This is going to get him into the 20s. That's a very nice cut. Are we going to see a lift? No lift, but a downshift. Blonde into the final turn now, gets his braking point perfect, and to the line now. Blonde will set a 20.9 just into the 20s. Josh 433 now. Solid season from him. Obviously missed a couple of races. He was in the championship fight, been fighting with the McLarens all season. That's a really close cut to the track limits there. JMS jumps up into 4th place. Very insane lap from the Haas driver there. Josh 433 to line now. Obviously the new tier 2 coordinator after Mintoki dropped it to him. Jack Miles now, the former now tier 1 champion, is obviously Cookie's claimed that. Jack Miles, he's going to stay placed where he were. Wilson jumps into the pit lane and Ryan's invalid. That means Resilience is going to be next. Set his first lap. Resilience to the line, and he is 14th. 22.6. See, Blonde's not on a lap. Trying to actually find who might be on a lap. Matty, I think. Matty's invalidated. I don't think anyone's on a lap then. Watch. Ooh, that's a nasty snap there from Dylan. Anyway, Dylan, he's going to kick us off with laps. I'm not sure how long's left in this session because of a slow Ferrari. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Dylan, next season, obviously going back down to tier 3 in the McLaren. He's had another slide and he's invalidated on the exit. So we're going to watch Savage. Tier 3 driver re-signed for Williams again for next season. coming into turn 1 now. Obviously, he did this track last night, and he was in the Mercedes, and I'm pretty sure he ran fairly decently. 5th gear, most people have been using 4th though, so interesting from Savage. Very nice on the double right-hander. Finds his braking zone. Onto the power now, burning a bit of the battery. So about 50%. 3rd gear. On exit. Puts on a bit more of the battery to up the exit speed. Now coming into the triple right. Burning all the battery. It's turning it on mid-turn. Interesting. Savage very close to the track limits on the inside there, but he makes it work. We've got 2 minutes left in the session and everyone's coming around for their final laps. This will probably be Savage's last lap. Savage, he will improve by 3 tenths. 22.1, and he will max start 13th. Oh, Fusion spun on his outlap. That's not ideal for Fusion. Anyway, we'll go on board with the provisional pole sitter now, looking to obviously get another one tonight as we go to start a lap with Fusion. Let's see what his top speed is going to be like. Is he going to hit 205? 204 is his max. 5th gear into turn 1 now. On the exit, it turns on a little bit of the battery, but not much. Fifth gear again through here. Now Fusion burning to about 60%. Ooh, big lift through there. Well, obviously you need a lift, but anyway, finds his braking point perfectly, carries the entry speed, carries the exit speed. Purple sector 1. I wasn't paying attention to what that sector were. Clearly a good one. Fusion now on the battery. We're about 50% now. This is where you can make and break some of your laps here, as if you get that turn wrong, you will lose time. Coming into the triple right now, he's gonna be one of the few who's had it on. Never mind, he's a purple sector 2 again. I weren't paying attention to how much he's up. Jesus, I'm awful at this. No lift, but a downshift. On the battery again on the exit. He might pick up a little bit of a slipstream to the line from the Mercedes ahead. Fusion. Will he extend his pole position? He does. 1/10 improvement. It's a 0.6. We have Ryan, who's just gone off the track. 3 tenths up though. He will improve our place. Ryan Searles. He will start 16th. Dylan in 7th. I didn't actually see that. We'll go on board with the other McLaren here. Night Owl. He's hoping to be a bit higher than 6th place. Night Owl. He's going to come to the line now. He's going to pick up a distant slipstream from the Williams. Night Owl. 4th place. Very solid. AMS Devon is invalidated. Wilson, his teammate, now is 4th place. That's a very good lap for Wilson. And Josh is invalid. Let's go to Blonde. Blonde is the only person who can challenge for pole. Will it be Blonde? Will it be Fusion? It's not Blonde. Blonde did not improve. JMS is spun at the last turn. Alan starts 3rd. He improved. Cryptic, the last of the top drivers to settle their final lap. Cryptic will go to 8th position, 4 tenths improvement. And for tonight, for round 9 in Qatar, Fusion is your pole position man. Blonde is P2. Alan J in P3. Wilson is in 4th. Night Owl 5th. JMS is in 6th. Josh 433 7th, Cryptic 8th, SV 9th, and Dylan rounds out your top 10. Outside the top 10 we have Devin, who's had a poor quality in the Red Bull, Jack Miles, Savage, Resilience, Yabbers, Matty, and Ryan. And then I couldn't see who was retired then. Obviously Bobby, and it looks like Pav did not make it for the race, so we will not have Pav. So we have 18 instead of 19. Very impressive quality from JMS there. 6th in the Haas is stellar. As we should have like a 5-minute break. We'll go on the race director. We'll have a look at strat. A lot of people switching to the hards. There's a soft runner of Savage and Yabbers. Interesting. Would have done a 22-2, but I invalidated. Unlucky Matty. Anyway, anyone in chat? Let's have predictions for the win. I'm going to go with the boring option, Fusion. I'm going to go with Alan J for P2. Hopefully he gets a better luck. And why not? We'll say Wilson P3. Resilience says Resilience wins in the Sauber. Anyway, we've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights, and we are go in Qatar for tier 2. Obviously I need to get the stuff up actually. That's a very good start for Fusion actually, as Blonde and Alan J are side by side. Night Owl and Wilson are side by side as well. So the 2x2 here, 2x2 I think there. As Alan J and Wilson, Blonde are still side by side, they stay in position. Ryan has had a great start. Savage and Josh are scrapping for P9. Josh lost a few positions off the start. Cryptic's up a few. SV's down the inside of someone. Can the possible strategies please get off my screen? SV goes past Jack JMS. Fusion's already gone. Fusion's broken DRS. Jesus. That's insane. Obviously, Blonde is on the hards, so it is kind of expected for Fusion to pull, but nearly 2 seconds? That's insane. Anyway, Alan J's going to be hoping to get by as soon as possible. He wants to minimise that gap, as it's literally 2 seconds on lap 1. This guy's a demon. Dylan's had a rotter of a start, it seems. Matty's also at the back. Night Owl's looking. Nothing to do. There's a lot of movements out there. The Resilience down the inside of Ryan. Very close there. Resilience now on the outside. Can Resilience hold it? Resilience holds it, I think. He's leaving the space. That means Bobby's now looking down the inside. And Bobby also overtakes Ryan. That means Yavers is also going to overtake Ryan. And Ryan's going to lose another position to his teammate. Ryan's just lost like 5 places. It was more like 4. Never mind. There's Alan J now. He's going to have DRS this time around. It's 3 seconds, basically, the gap. This is crazy work confusion. He's literally checked out. He's ready. He's already at round 10. He's that far ahead. As most of the grid is on hard tyres. As you can see on your screen on the left. Josh is looking at the back of his academy teammate JMS. Nothing doing there, but we're going to go back up to the lead, well, the fight for P2. Alan J's got the DRS this time around, and it will be a pretty simple move. Alan J does jump up into 2nd place. Wilson will not be able to get close enough. There's a bit of movement in the back. That's Devin touching the back of Savage. Jack was also looking on the inside of Devin, but nothing to do there. I think, yeah, nothing's happening there. Wilson was very close to Blonde. Could Wilson get a launch here? No, he can't. Blonde's hoping to stay in the DRS of Alan. We're going to look at positions lost. Your biggest gainer is Bobby Lyons, up 6, and your biggest loser is Dylan, losing. Bobby up 4, Dylan down 6. There we go. Still a massive train here. P2 all the way down to P16. This is crazy work. As surely this is Wilson's turn to overtake. Cryptic's also getting very close behind his academy teammate of Night Owl. So he might try to overtake this time around. Alan J fastest lap. He's now going to minimise that gap to Fusion. As Josh is looking to the inside. Devin's looking to the inside of Savage. Devin down the inside. Savage is going to hold it to the outside. He's going to have the inside line for this time. And will Devin be able to hold it on the outside line? He's got the inside here. Savage is burning all of his battery. Devin's got much more. He's got the superior car as well. Savage has gone off wide. The space just really narrowed, and Savage holds the place. There was a little bit of contact there, and Night Owl is slowly falling off the back of Wilson here. He might fall out of DRS. He has fallen out of DRS here. And Wilson's got the advantage in the DRS department to keep him out. His Fusion is now 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. As Night Owl, he's managed to get back into the DRS of Wilson. As we're going to keep watching these guys. Will Blonde try overtake Alan? Alan's burning his ERS, nothing will do there. Wilson will not be close enough. SV, no. Oh, JMS is moving. He has got his academy teammate behind him. Maybe he lets him through, maybe not. They seem like they're equal paced at the moment. Savage has dropped out of DRS of Josh now. So this is a train from 2nd down to 9th. That is a Ferrari sandwich. As Devin will hope to overtake Savage as soon as possible so he can get back into this train. Hopefully he gets a launch out of here and maybe gets into the back of him. No, he doesn't. Savage is very close to the DRS here actually on the mediums. The mediums are definitely better at the moment. but it looks like it's turning the table slightly, and the hards will get better. That was a nasty little slide there. I couldn't even speak there. Again, Blonde's really low on the ERS department. Same with Night Owl. Alan J's nearly broken DRS, but he's getting very close. I think that might have been a warning from Wilson there. He was very much on the limit. Then again, he was there again. He was. So, I mean, Matty first 3 seconds of the race as he's trying to catch up to Ryan. And Ryan 3 seconds as well. They're having their own little scrap at the back of the field. As Wilson's almost lost DRS. As I've missed the overtake, Devin has overtaken Savage. As he should be able to get back into the DRS of the second place train. And he probably will drag the rest of the field along with him. Need a drink. As Cryptic's lost DRS to Night Owl. Night Owl's actually losing DRS to Wilson. As I think this is it. Cryptic's at that's track limits there, so he's struggling with keeping it in the track limits. As I think this is it. Cryptic can't get back into DRS and Night Owl, and the train has split once again. As yet, he's 3 attempts out. There's SV now. He's going to close up to the back of Cryptic. He's actually going to overtake him. Maybe he slingshots back into DRS. I doubt it. 7 attempts out now. SV up into 6th place though. Very nice running for the Aston Martin there. As we're going to go back up to Blonde. Blonde is very close to the back of Alan. The hard's finally getting up to temperature and becoming usable. As Savage picks up a 3-second penalty, and that's both Williamses in the track limits. Well, pen. That's great. Right, JMS is quite close to the back of Cryptic. Is Cryptic falling off? I wonder. We're going to go back up to the leaders through the fast rights now. Blonde. Yeah, I think it's at that point where the hards are probably better now. As Alan J picks up a 3-second penalty, that's the first one in the top 10, and that is a big one because he's running 2nd place. As will he get close enough to Alan? No, he won't. But Cryptic, he's definitely looking. JMS is looking, but nothing's to do there. JMS maybe on the exit. No. As Resilience and Bobby Lyons, Resilience has now got the outside line here. Oh, the Yavers is out. Yavers is round. Maybe contact with Dylan. I'm not quite sure. I weren't paying attention. As that's a very wide moment for Resilience, and Resilience picks up a penalty for that. Whereas now Wilson really close to the back of Blonde. He's burning as well, so maybe he's trying to drop Night Owl. I kind of doubt it. Cryptic's very close as well. Devin's flirting on the gap of DRS here, as that's Cryptic in the penalty box. That's very not great for him. There we go. Nice English there. There's now Blonde. He's going to burn the He's going to burn the battery. Will he get close enough to to pass Alan J this time round. He's going to dive to the inside, and Blonde and Alan are now going to go side by side, and Blonde gets the overtake done. That's Ryan's second penalty there. Overtakes in the back. That's Jack Miles getting past Savage. As Devin is now on the back of this 5-car train, and this is a beautiful camera angle. All single file heading through these turns. JMS was looking at the dive, but he thought better of it. As I think Alan's struggling a little bit with the tyres now, because he is dropping slowly back. It's about 8 times, and that's Ryan around. Yeah, Ryan. I don't know if he hit the wall there though. Matty's got damage. Jesus, that's big damage for Matty. His fusion is checked out. Last time I checked, he was 3 seconds ahead. Now he's nearly 4, as you can just about see him in the foreground there. As Night Owl, he's burning to try and overtake Wilson, but he's not close enough this time round. As we have our first pit stoppers, it's Jack Miles and Savage. As Josh, he's looking at the academy teammate. He's going to go around the outside, and he dances around the outside of JMS. JMS made it quite easy for him though, and Josh is now up into 8th after losing a couple of positions off the start. As now Alan J fell out of DRS. Alan J has fell out of DRS of Blonde, and he's had a massive snap on the exit. That's not going to help his cause. Wilson will now be licking his chops and seeing that he's lost DRS, and he will have the prime opportunity to overtake. Same with Night Owl. Night Owl should be taking advantage with the superior car and the fact that he's got better tyres than the two ahead of him, as he needs to stay with Blonde as much as possible. As Alan J is into the pit lane, Cryptic picks up a second penalty, and is Night Owl going to get close enough this time round? I don't think so. Josh is burning though. Josh, could he go to the inside? No, he's going to try and set up this turn. Maybe he can do the same to what he did to JMS. He's not close enough to do that, unfortunately. We'll go back here. Resilience is also into the pit lane. And Blonde is now catching Fusion. That gap has gone down by about 5 tenths, and Night Owl wants to also get into that. Night Owl wants to get past Wilson as soon as possible, because he's got a charging pack from behind, and I'm pretty sure they are slowly catching. As that's not what Night Owl needs. That was a nasty little snap there. As you'd imagine, we'd see Fusion and Wilson in this lap, and that's JMS who's disconnected. We're going to try and get JMS back in real quick. As Wilson darts into the pit lane, and Fusion's going to stay out another lap. He needs to make sure he doesn't get undercut though, because depending how much time Alan can gain, because he has got a lot of free air here, this could be crucial. As that's so unfortunate for JMS. He was running so well. He was running with this group here. And now he's going to fall back towards where Bobby and Dylan were. And that also means Bobby's also into the pit lane. I'm pretty sure he's 2. stopping. I think Jack's also 2 stopping. Savage and Bobby side by side. Savage gets the overtake. Bobby's still looking to the inside. No. Maybe you'll try to dive it. No, never mind. He washes wide from the DRS. I mean, dirty air. And it's over. Cryptic's getting very close. And Alan J's overtaking Yavers. That probably was team orders. Yavers is now going to pull the handbrake and try and slow down Wilson for Alan. As Fusion is into the pit lane. Josh is very close to the behind of Cryptic. That's a second penalty for resilience. As Josh, he's gonna dart to the inside of Cryptic. Could he get SV as well? No, he gets 1 though. This is good for Josh. Josh has also picked up a penalty, which I just realised. Penalties are going to be a big factor in this race, as I've disconnected from a party. There we go. Yavers into the pit lane, and there is a gap between Alan and Wilson, but Wilson does have 1 lap tyre advantage, which usually is quite crucial. As we're going to see Night Owl slowly catch up to the back of Blonde, with now on equal tyres. The leaders are pushing away from this group led by SV. Devin could be looking for an overtake on Cryptic. He's stuck at the back of this train. Cryptic's looking the slowest here, and Bobby Lyons has picked up a penalty. As Dirty Air washes Devin off, and that just scrubs off all his momentum that he did have. As there's a spinner, that is Bobby Lyons actually. But we're going to stick on board here. We're going to SV's now moving to the inside to cover off any slipstrings that Josh could be gaining. But Josh has just got that inferior, well, much more better straight line speed. As he's going to hold it around the outside. Devin's on the inside of Cryptic. We're going to go on board with these two. And Devin gets the overtake on Cryptic. Very nicely done. Josh, he's probably going to... Oh, never mind. He's washed out wide. I was going to say Josh was going to dive to the inside for the hairpin maybe. Probably set that up, but he can't do that anymore. That's unfortunate for him. Cryptic just sitting at the back of this train now. This is probably the best for him because he was really struggling with pace, so as long as if he can get carried forward by Devin, that would be great for him. As Matty's overtaking Bobby, and Bobby's into the pit lane. Bobby speeds, and that's probably a retirement. There we go, Bobby has retired. That's your first retirement of the race. As Josh finally gets the overtake on SV, and SV is dropping to second place in this train for the first time in a couple of laps. And Josh is now going to stretch his legs, see if he can push the pace of these, maybe try and close down the gap on Night Owl in Blonde, see if he can possibly get an undercut. As Fusion came out of the pit lane, and he's about 4 seconds ahead of Alan, so that was about the gap that it was originally. As JMS picks up a penalty, he's now back into the session, but he's 3 seconds behind the train that he was in. And that's so unfortunate for him because he was running with these guys. He was fourth in the train. He was holding pace, and he probably could have overtaken Cryptic, who is now struggling, who's now almost out of the DRS. SV is fairly close. Will he burn to overtake Josh? It looks like Josh has just got negative wings. SV won't be able to catch. He's just going to sit in on and try and hope to defend from Devin. As Fusion fastest lap, Ryan Ocon another penalty. As Fusion is now catching up to his academy teammate of Dylan, who probably won't fight him and will just let him by. As Matty picks up another penalty as well. He's just chilling at the back though. As we're going to go on board with Fusion now. This is the first time we're actually going on board with him this race because he's been that dominant. He's not been near another car. Let's see if Dylan darts out of the way. He's in on and he's just going to get an easy overtake. AMS Devin picks up a penalty. I think that's a second. Let's have a look at penalties real quick. No, that's the first one. Josh, Devin, JMS, Alan, Savage, Yavers, all with one penalty. Cryptic has 2, and Resilience has 2. Matty has 2, and Ryan has 3. As Cryptic and Devin are into the pit lane. They're going for the undercut on SV and Josh, who were running at the front of the train. Probably best for them because they seemed like they were struggling the most. As they come out behind Jack. Well, Jack's actually let Devin go, and will Jack pull the handbrake on Cryptic and hold up Cryptic? Obviously these two are good friends, and there we go, dropping into none. Devin's pulling the gap. Cryptic needs to get this overtake as soon as possible, or he's just gonna lose out on even more, and this undercut will not be good because you'd imagine Josh and SV will dart into the pits this lap, so they can minimise the loss they will get. As there we go, Josh and SV are both into the pit lane. Night Owl and Blonde will assumably be soon to follow. As Fusion fastest lap. As look how close Cryptic's getting here. He's basically pushing him to the inside. No, he's gonna wait for the DRS, and Cryptic will overtake Jack, and Jack's done a stellar job helping out Devin here. As SV and Josh have managed to get out ahead and onto the back of Devin. As Resilience has overtaken Dylan. Dylan was in the pit lane. Dylan's going to have a massive advantage on tyres though, so you'd imagine that won't last very long. As Wilson caught up to the back of Alan. Obviously he's got that 1 lap advantage. This is a battle for provisional P2. As obviously Blonde and Nightle still yet to box, but I think that's Blonde into the pit lane. That is Blonde in the pit lane. And do we see Nightle follow? We do see Nightle following. 6 seconds with the gap between them. I'm pretty sure before these two boxed it was about 3 seconds between Alan and Blonde. Maybe less. As Fusion retakes his lead, and Alan and Wilson should overtake Blonde. Blonde and Wilson are going to be close on exit. Never mind. I tell a lie. But you know who will be close? Devin. Devin, who's got a fastest lap as well. Devin and Night Owl are going to be close on exit. Maybe side by side into turn 1. Devin around the outside. He's got his tyres fired up, but Does he have the momentum? He doesn't, and Night Owl stays ahead, and this is now a battle for P5. You'd imagine Night Owl will eventually pull. Devin's trying to set up the hairpin. Won't be close enough to set it up though. Cryptic on the back of SV. SV's lost the back of Josh, so they're in their own little train now. Savage picks up another penalty. Ryan picks up a 4th penalty. So, not a great day for him, but he's just chilling at the back. Talk about chilling. 7 seconds now for Fusion. That's actually hella impressive. Obviously, he pulled that 2 seconds in 1 lap on the first lap, and not looked back since. As there's no movement there. Can Devin overtake? Can Josh maybe overtake? Devin's going to burn his battery. They're about similar ERS, and Devin to the outside of Night Owl. He's going to have the inside line this time round, and Devin is past Night Owl. Up into 5th place. Very nice for Devin. That was a beautiful overtake. As Wilson 5/10 the gap. Blonde is catching though. 2nd a lap so far. Cryptic very close to the back of SV. We imagine we see that overtake on the DRS straight. Night Owl and Josh are very close behind Devin. Ryan picks up a 5th penalty. That's 15 seconds. As there you can see Blonde in the background. Next lap, he will have DRS on these two. As Wilson, he's going to finally overtake Alan with the DRS into turn 1. Nice and easy. And Alan doesn't fight that too hard. He knows with the penalty, this is not really something he wants to battle too hard. As Night Owl does get past Devin. Josh was looking to follow him through, but wasn't close enough that time round. He does have an ERS advantage though. Maybe he's going to get a slingshot through here. No. And he's going to wash out wide. Yeah, it's awful. As here we go. Blonde is in DRS. So you'd imagine Blonde will start trying to pick off these two one by one. Alan's going to burn his battery. It's a massive battery disadvantage for Mr. Wilson, and that's Resilience who spun around. That Sauber rear end, negative rear end has finally caught up to him in this race, and he has unfortunately dropped him. Unfortunately dropped it. As Blonde now, he's gonna burn the battery. He's got the significantly better tyres. Alan J jumps past Wilson. Blonde jumps past Wilson. Will Blonde go down to the inside of Alan? Not close enough. Night Owl fastest lap, and Night Owl's broken DRS. Josh to the inside of Devin and gets that overtake done. Josh could actually stay with Night Owl. Josh does seem quite pacey on these tyres. Dylan has overtaken Savage for P11. Very nicely done. As Blonde is very close to the behind of Alan. Blonde's going to try an overtake, and then he's going to pray to God that Fusion gets a penalty and he can get that position, and as Resilience is spun again in sector 1. He was running quite well with that Salva as well. As Ryan ahead has pit into the pit lane. Already a lap down, gonna get lapped by a few more cars. Matty has also joined him a lap down. As Blonde did overtake Alan, and Josh has overtaken Night Owl. So one Ferrari loses a place and the other one gains one. As we have brief yellow flags, that was for Resilience. Cryptic still can't overtake SV, even with the better car. Just shows how quick SV is. As Resilience is spun again. I feel like we might see a retirement from Resilience here. I don't want to see it, but I feel like we might. I'm happy to be disproven here. He is going to go a lap down though. Fusion is going to lap him here, and that gap's already down by 1 second, and Blonde's pulled DRS on, pulled the DRS gap on Alan. Blonde fastest lap as well. As Night Owl's almost lost DRS to Josh, but Josh also has that 3 seconds, so Night Owl's fine. He will definitely claim P5, but he wants to try and push forward. He wants to try and get possibly Alan's penalty, but Josh is going to try and do his best to prevent that. 5 tenths between Cryptic and SV. It looks like this might stay the same way. SV seems to have negative wings. As we're going to have a battle for the last place on the podium, even though there is a penalty, but who knows, Wilson might pick up a penalty. And that will cause us to have a bit of a more thrilling fight for the last place in the podium. Another on board with Night Owl. Night Owl's much closer. Devin's actually closer to Night Owl as Resilience picks up a penalty. He's now in 16th and behind Matty, so he's probably going to use the DRS of the being lapped to catch, as JMS is actually slowly catching up to SV and Cryptic. As Savage picks up a penalty, that's in 12th place. That's not really going to affect him, as these guys stay in position. They also stay in formation. JMS is now on the back of SV and Cryptic. Can JMS somehow pick up extra positions? We're going to look at penalties. He's going to pick up a position on Cryptic. Josh does have 6 seconds, so he's going to drop 2 places, possibly even a position to SV, but with the way they're going right now, and that he should be able to gap SV, so he could be looking at P7. Ryan 18 seconds, Resilience 9, Savage also with 9. There's Night Owl 4 tenths the gap to Josh, as Alan's slowly pulling on Wilson. Maybe if he can pull the DRS in the middle sector, he could maybe pull the penalty gap, but that's quite optimistic. Night Owl to the outside now with Josh. Can he get the overtake done? Well, he's going to try and go for the switchback. He's going to dive to the inside actually. Josh holding the out of line, and Josh, with just more momentum, has held the position. So, nice job there for Josh. And they are catching Alan and Wilson. This could be worrying for Alan, because he's going to be looking at that gap and he's seeing Night Owl. Well, actually, I don't think he can see Night Owl on his like timer. Well, I think on his gaps. But Josh will see that he's catching and should be wary that his teammate does have a penalty ahead. Cryptic now, he's getting real close to the back of SV. This is his chance. JMS is putting him under pressure. He really needs to overtake SV, or he will be overtaken by JMS, you'd imagine. As here we go. Battle for P8. JMS is closer. JMS, will he go to the inside? He looked at it, but he can't get close enough. Cryptic holds on to P9. Night Owl 3-second penalty. This actually puts Devin and him level. This will also take the worries off Alan if these guys somehow manage to catch. Josh also needs to pull 3 seconds over these guys. As we are out of the safety car window, so we shouldn't get a safety car. Not that we should anyway. It's Qatar and the walls are miles away, as you can see. As Wilson, he's closer than he has been, so maybe he can launch an attack if he gets a good exit here. He did get a decent exit. Can he launch an attack on Alan J? There is yellow flags ahead. I think that's Matty just getting out of the way. Nothing to do there. Night Owl, he's going to stay in position. Devin's also going to stay. Cryptic, well, Resilience is inside Cryptic there, and he just darted off to the left to get out of him. JMS looked, but he can't do anything about it. Yathers gets another penalty. That is a second one. That will lose him a position to Jack anyway, so that's 14th. Resilience, another penalty. Not a great day in the office for Resilience. At least he's living up to his name, and he has been being resilient even though he is a lap down and having a stinker. But this track is just awful for the Sauber. As Wilson 3-10s the gap now. Wilson's going to break Alan's dreams of maybe him getting a penalty, and it looks like he's going to overtake him on that last lap. Similar ERS, and we are going to see the overtake. Burning the battery. Alan's also going to burn his battery, but he should dive down the inside and get the overtake. He looked at it, but he wasn't close enough. Night Owl also looking at Josh, but he's not close enough. He's got the gap over Devin though, so he's fine. JMS, this is his last chance to overtake Cryptic. He looked at it, but he can't get it. They're all on negative battery. SV's flashing on fuel. They could get a position on SV if he obviously hooked on the fuel. No switches there. Resilience and Ryan are scrapping. Why not? And they spun together. How cute. As Josh has really gained on these guys. Josh really had that pace advantage. Alan a little bit squirrely on the rear. Brazilians a 10-second. Devin 3. Don't know what those guys are doing at the back. Josh picks up another penalty. He's gonna. I think he might lose a place to SV. I completely missed the ending. I am so sorry. Fusion, he won. Your driver's champion. He stamped his mark. He's been completely untouchable. I am so sorry for missing that. I was paying attention to the gaps for the penalties. So yeah, sorry. Fusion dominated this race, start to finish. Absolutely deserved, and expect nothing less from the driver's champion. Blonde P2. Great race on his return. Wilson picks up a podium. I think it's his first in Tier 2 this season. I could be wrong. Alan J picks up his best result of the season, P4, Night Owl P5. AMS Devon picked up P6. SV a very good P7. Josh 433 I think picked up P8. As we look here, race winner Laurel Fusion, fastest lap Blonde, driver of the day AMS Devon, most overtakes Devon, cleanest driver Fusion. My driver of the day is definitely Fusion. He dominated. He really did dominate. As we go, Josh was 8th, JMS 9th, recovered after the disconnect, Cryptic 10th. Outside the points we had Dylan in 11th, Jack in 12th, Savage 13th, Yavers 14th, Matty 15th, Ryan Ocon in 16th, Resilience 17th, and last and your only DNF, Bobby Lyons in 18th. There we go. As we've got for the upcoming races, we've got Tier 1 tomorrow, Vegas, so enjoy that. You probably will have Titan on com, so I've been Invade. Yeah, see you in a bit.